before Mandela inspired the world, before Sankara challenged imperialism, there was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the man who dared to dream of a free Africa and actually made it happen. Born in 1909 in a small village called Nkroful, Nkrumah's journey took him from the Gold Coast to Harlem and London's political circles. But it wasn't just education he sought, it was the liberation of the African mind. In the US, he absorbed Pan-African ideas. He studied Marxism, met black intellectuals, and envisioned a united Africa, decades before anyone believed it was possible. Back in Ghana, he didn't wait for permission. He formed the Convention People's Party and launched the rallying cry, "Self-government now." The British tried to silence him. They arrested him, but even behind bars, Nkrumah won the 1951 elections. Imagine that! Prisoner chosen by the people to lead them. By 1957, Ghana became the first sub-Saharan African nation to gain independence, and Nkrumah stood at Black Star Square declaring freedom for his people. But Nkrumah wasn't just a nationalist, he was a continental thinker. He believed Ghana's independence was meaningless unless the rest of Africa was free. He founded liberation movements and co-founded the Organization of African Unity, the blueprint for today's African Union. Back home, he built roads, schools, industries, and the iconic Akosombo Dam. He even dreamed of an African space program. But like many great leaders, his vision clashed with political reality. In 1964, Nkrumah declared a one-party state. Critics say he silenced opponents and concentrated too much power. In 1966, while on a peace mission to Vietnam, he was overthrown in a CIA-backed coup.
Thursday, February the 24th, 1966. The day when a handful of courageous Ghanaians led a coup d'etat which resulted in the overthrow of Nkrumah's dictatorship. The events of the days that followed are now part of history. Our country is once more on a path of democratic liberty. Nkrumah idolized himself to the extent of having statues, plaques, and various reproductions of his effigy placed in every corner of our land. Now at last, the myth is broken. The megalomaniac who thought he was God is no more. And, to the delight of every citizen, his imagery has been hastily erased. Outside Parliament House, home of Ghanaian democracy, every trace of the dictator's statue is removed.
His dream of a united Africa was shattered, at least for a time. He died in exile in 1972, but his legacy never left Africa. Today, Nkrumah is remembered not just as Ghana's first president, but as a global symbol of African dignity and resistance. From students' protests to African Union summits, his words still echo: Africa must unite or perish. He was loved, he was feared, he was flawed, but above all, he was necessary. The story of Nkrumah reminds us that a single mind, fired by a vision, can rewrite the destiny of a people. If you believe Africa needs more leaders with vision and courage, hit that like button, subscribe to Emperor's Brief for more deep dives into the minds that shaped our world. And let us know in the comments, what should Africa learn from Nkrumah today?
The enemy. Fellow freedom fighters, the enemy is imperialism. which uses as its weapons colonialism and neo-colonialism. Let us be very, very clear about this. Let us also not lose sight of the real objective, which is the liquidation of colonialism and imperialism in all its forms: political, economic, ideological, and the political unification of Africa, our dear country. Then we must ask, what is imperialism? And what are the forms it has taken? And what other mask is it likely to put on? Modern imperialism arose when capitalism had achieved both industrial and financial monopoly, and the competition for raw materials and markets had made it imperative for the advanced industrialized countries to expand into the less advanced parts of the world. This phenomenon led to the partition of the world among the great powers. Asia and Africa were divided up among them. Fellow freedom fighters and friends, African nationalist thinking has been adjusting to internationalism within the continent, the development process that must lead to the political unification of the African continent. But the objective of African unity can be seriously undermined by tribalism, which provides one of the happiest hunting grounds for the colonialist and neo-colonialist enemies of African independence and unity.